All right, welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Hope you guys are doing well. Okay, so let's do an update on the break in the system. And we've had a lot of theories, we've had a lot of scenarios, we've had a lot of guesses of things to come. We talked about Iran using the IQD. That hasn't happened yet. We talked about Trump making a statement that many people would not like, and some people would like. That hasn't happened. We talked about Trump putting sanctions on Iraq if they were helping Iran. That didn't happen. That hasn't happened yet. We've talked about Abadi. We've talked about so many different scenarios of Abadi leaving, Abadi staying. So let me just be clear. Abadi, because people are saying the wrong things on the internet. So let me be clear to you guys. Abadi has until November 3rd. November 3rd, 2018 is when Abadi has to leave the prime minister position. Okay. Will Abadi take a position in the government? I don't know. I don't. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't because we need him to break the system. We need Abadi to break the system. And Abadi, if you're listening somehow, some way, brother, look, man, do what you are called to do. You are called to break the system. Do what you're called to do. Okay? Do what you're called to do. You are here to break the system. If you need help, if you need our help, the Americans, we're here for you, brother. You mean you went to school here, okay? So you have a place here. If you break that system, you have a place here, brother. Okay? So don't be worried, don't be scared about your future. You have a place in America. Okay? Trump will take good care of you if you break that system. Okay? You're actually breaking the system against him, right? And the dollar. But that's what Trump wants. Trump wants you to break the system. Okay? Because he wants a weaker dollar. Okay? So, and he wants other people to use their own currencies around the world and be happy with their own currencies and with their own nations. Okay? So, Abadi, do what you're called to do and break the system. You have until November 3rd. That's your last day in office before Mahdi take. Now, of course, Mahdi has to set his government. If Mahdi does not set his government by November 3rd, then constitutionally, Abadi remains the prime minister. Okay? And then they can vote on a different prime minister or elect to just keep Abadi for a second term. It gets messy. Okay? Now, so we'll just see. Right now, Mahdi is seating his government. He's announced. I think they've announced a couple of people so far. He's meeting with Sistani this weekend, I believe, with Sadr Sistani and everybody else, either today or tomorrow, this weekend, whatever. And they're going to go over his full government, and then they need to bless it and approve it, of course. Okay, the religious leaders, the authorities. Okay, and they're giving Mahdi a year. They said a year and a half. And then they said a year. Okay, they keep changing their mind. They don't know, but they're giving him a year. Okay, to complete all reforms. And so you know what I mean. So Abadi, we need you to break the system, brother. We need you to break the system. We need you to break the system. Prophet of Solomon had the dream of you breaking the system, raining down the small notes on the citizens that had purchasing power, and you were happy for the citizens. You were happy that they got their wealth. You were happy that they got their purchasing power, but you were afraid and scared and worried about your future. Brother, I'm telling you, if you break the system, we got you here in America. Okay? Trump's can bring you in, and you can do some good things here in America. You don't have to be in Iraq. Matter of fact, many citizens, once the break in the system happens and they get their purchasing power and they get their back pay and oil and all these other things, they're out. They're going to be out of Iraq. They're moving. They're going to move out of Iraq. They're going to be in Dubai and London and America. They're going to be moving. So you don't have to stay in the government. This is one of the reasons why Abadi's having a hard time making a decision if he wants to be in this government. They've offered him the foreign minister position. They've offered him what other position? I think there's like 3 or 4 other positions there. For him, and he's going back and forth. But the key thing for him was he said, "I have another option." That was key. That was key for me to read that. And a lot of people did not read that, but it was key for me to read that, right? And I read that part because I probably would have just closed it up once he said, okay, I got several positions that I could have in the government. I don't know yet because I have another option. And to me, when I heard that, another option is breaking the system, not being part of the government, so I'm not controlled and I'm not a puppet, but having the freedom to not be a part of the government but still being the prime minister right now and to free my people. That's the other option. And it was biblical, or it was destined for me to see that Abadi said that. And so, I don't know how many other people read that, because I don't know what article it was. I can't remember. But for me to see that was just amazing, because that's the other option. And I did post it on Twitter, right? That's the other option. Abadi saying that is just more confirmation that he knows what he's supposed to do. Okay? He knows what he's supposed to do. And they have started with the lower notes. They have started with the lower notes. The new 1,000 notes are out and then are to the bank. And then the 500 and 250s are coming. And then we want to see those lower notes. And I actually would put value behind those 500 and 250, because they're really worthless if you bring them out. So that's why they only brought out the 1,000 right now. The new 500 and 250s are going to be issued soon, and I need to see value behind those, because they're really worthless anyways, right now, and it doesn't fix the really problem. It will fix liquidity issues, but there's no purchasing power, and those notes are worthless, right? So I want to see value behind those notes, right? And then put the value behind those notes. Bring out that full second article that tells the citizens everything about the coins and the smaller notes, the 1s, the 5s, the 10s, the 20s, and the 100. And then another economist yesterday, or today or yesterday, was talking about the new 50 and the new $100 bill. So these people have these things, man. They know about this. Okay, so he was talking about that. Says put out the new 50 with the 100 as well in the near future, and to help the streets, help the economy of Iraq. So they know those need to have purchasing power behind them. Okay, so Abadi knows what he needs to do. He's got the option to either be part of the new government, okay, in some type of way, and remain a puppet, remain, controlled, or he can come out of that government, okay, and as still being the prime minister until November 3rd, and not having nobody to control him, and free his people. Okay, so and of course he's worried. He was worried in Prophet Solomon's dream. He's worried about his future. But I'm telling you about it. If you do that, Donald Trump will back you up. He will help you. We will protect you in America if you need protection in America, because people will come after you. Okay, we understand that. But my God, Abadi, you said you will die for the reforms. That's what you said. So you know who you are. People do not make those types of statements to the world not knowing who they are. This man stand in front of the world and said he would die for the reforms. And we only have a couple more days left until he's out of the prime minister position. Abadi, you got to die for the reforms, brother. You got to die for the people's purchasing power. You have to die for your country, man. You have to release the small notes and the purchasing power, and you must break the system before you leave. You know who you are. This is not anything out of the ordinary. You already know why they placed you in there. You know your purpose. And that option that you mentioned the other day is the option of purchasing power and the release of the small notes and breaking the system. You must do it. Nobody else. And the clock is ticking, Abadi. May you do it. May you free your people. Sir, we will back you. We will help you. Just do it. Break the system and free your people. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God, we pray. Shalom. Eyes open.